So what is line weight? What does that mean? Line weight is a term that refers to the thickness or thinness of a line. Basically, a thick line equals a heavy line weight, and a thin line is a light line weight. Just think of it in terms of visual mass. The more stuff there is on the line, the heavier the line is, and the opposite is true. If it's a thinner line, the less mass, the lighter. It's a pretty easy thing once you understand the terms. Most pens that you use create a monoline, which is to say a uniform line weight. But a brush pen with a brush tip creates a variety of line weights because you can apply pressure and create a bunch of different types of strokes. That's what makes them so dynamic and so useful in lettering. In fact, I want you to try it out for me really quick. If you have a Tombow dual brush pen, which has the monoline bullet tip on one end and the brush pen on the other, I want you to try creating different strokes with the different tips of pen to see what it feels like. If you don't have a Tombow dual brush, then just grab a regular bullet tip pen or felt tip pen and grab a brush pen if you have one. If you don't have one, grab a Crayola marker. So first grab your monoline bullet tip regular pen, whatever you have, and just create a bunch of different strokes. You can just do whatever. So as you can see, you can still create a tiny bit of line variation depending on whether you really lightly touch the page or whether you apply full pressure. There isn't a really obvious change in the line weight no matter how much pressure you put on it. But with a brush pen, you might feel a little bit nervous about applying pressure to brush pens when you first get them. I know I was. But you have to apply some pressure in order to really get that rich variation in line weight. As you can see, you can create a huge range of line weights with a brush pen. Let me show you again with a Crayola marker. So it's not quite as great as a full-bodied brush pen, but it definitely still can get the job done. So if you're looking for something just to practice this technique today, a Crayola marker will do the job.